Justice League versus Suicide Squad issue 3, Joshua Williamson and Jesus Marino on art. This is, of course, the third chapter, and it was obviously the quieter issue in that we got over the fight. The fight had ended last issue, and it was the team held captive by Amanda Waller, but she kind of lets them out relatively quickly. Batman punches his way through some guards, and Waller's all, took you long enough.
Yeah. You guys know how I feel about Batman, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It makes sense.
And it wasn't unbelievable either. It was a few soldiers.
Yeah. I love the idea of Batman being a Hannibal Lectered up, though.
Yeah.
And fighting his way out of it.
Well, as he should. I mean, when he was in the cell at the end of the last issue, he was like bound and chained and like the real major threat because he doesn't have like the lasso to tie him up with or the red sun rays. So
he doesn't have a weakness, and I mean he does.
Yeah, he does. Got a bullet.
Yeah,
in the wrong spot.
He's human, but in a weird way that makes in this scenario the strongest because he doesn't have an obvious weakness that just cripples him. You know, except unless they just crippled him.
Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't seem to be Waller's goal here, so.
No.
There you go. Well, the first thing I want to talk about the thing, probably the most exciting moment for me this week was a Superman-related thing in this issue. And I don't know, Matt might know where I'm going with this. So, Amanda Waller sort of fesses up and explains Maxwell Lord and the team of villains that we're seeing him assemble. And there's a big reveal at the end, of course, that they're the original Task Force X. Right? Cool. That's nice and all that.
Which, again, is Amanda Waller a Time Lord. I don't watch Doctor Who, but the fact that she could assemble this team of people that nobody remembers, a little bit fishy.
Well, I think the whole point was it was meant to be covert ops, but this new Suicide Squad is a bit too noisy. And
they're not very good at their jobs, yeah.
Yeah. I just like, it's all these characters that people seem to forget, like in storyline, So even, how covert can Lobo be?
That's a good point.
I'm not complaining about it because I know there's going to be a storyline payoff, but it's like, what is Amanda Waller up to? It's more devious than normal.
Lobo's the one that sticks out, I feel like.
Yeah. Well,
Emerald Empress, you got a guy with a big, giant, fiery sword.
Yeah.
It's not exactly subtle, is it?
Oh, Emerald Empress is the big green eye and has Green Lantern-like powers.
No, I don't mean from a subtlety point of view. I mean more from, kind of subtlety, because Lobo's such a character and likes to shout and scream about what he's doing. But more from he can sort of regrow from anything. Like, if as long as there's a speck of blood, he can regenerate from it. So I'm like, does he really care if there's a bomb in his neck?
No.
So,
which tells me that being the first version of Task Force X, she had more on them than bombs in the neck. And that bombs in the neck became the go-to because it's easier.
Well, I mean, for Lobo, she just has to pay him.
That's true, she can just pay him.
And then
why'd she lock him up?
We might find out.
If you just pay him to go away,
Well, we're getting Suicide Squad tie-in issues in the next couple of weeks to maybe explain some of this.
Yeah, so, again, not a complaint story like an actual complaint. It's just more of, as I'm reading, these are the questions going through my head that I'm pretty certain Williamson's going to pay off for.
Now, the moment I was getting to, though, so Amanda Waller's showing the Justice League, and the Suicide Squad as well, security footage of what happened at the prison, the secret prison where they were all been kept.
In Death Valley.
Yeah. And Maxwell Lord comes on the screen. Superman's eyes light up. Heat Vision's getting ready to come out, and he says the words, "I know who that is."
Yeah.
I was giddy. I was giddy like a schoolgirl when he said that. Him being angry, him being visibly upset when he sees Maxwell Lord.
Well, because this is classic Superman. This isn't New 52, no memories.
Yeah.
This was the one that was mind controlled. And Wonder Woman had to snap the neck in old school continuity.
This is this is personal.
And we know this one didn't shoot Ted Cord, so it's not as bad to me. Because Ted Cord's still kicking around with Jaime down in El Paso. So, but again, it's more on that in Justice League.
Yeah, it's that thing that always comes back though, where we keep talking about how everything that mattered before matters still.
Yep.
It still is relevant to what's going on. And
it's the same thing we talk about in Action Comics, though, where how he has this relationship with Lex based off his previous relationship with his Lex. It's the same thing here.
Yeah, but when he sees Maxwell Lord, he knows that this is serious because he knows what he's capable of. He knows what happened before in his lifetime. So
because that Max was hiding in plain sight. Nobody suspected him, and that's what the beauty of that turn was in Infinite Crisis, or in the lead up to it. As he was plotting all these things, kind of like Amanda Waller does in the background. So the fact that these are the two that are going head up, really, because this is really the Amanda Waller versus Max Lord show now.
Yeah.
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 Super, super interesting.
And of course, they basically refuse to work together, but of course the team of villains actually starts attacking Belle Reeve at the end of the issue, and that's kind of a cliffhanger. We do get another couple of things, though, because Maxwell Lord's after an item that'll help him control everyone. That seems to be what they're implying anyway. And we get this cool thing where he's interrogating this guy in a cave, and the what was supposed to Magneto knockoff called?
Polaris,
thank you.
Polaris.
He
didn't go to evil medical school for 7 years to be called Mister.
And he's holding this guy up with like metal through his arms and his legs. And it's swords, yeah.
Swords.
And he's just like floating in midair in pain, like crucified with these swords.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty dark.
And also, it looked like they had moons on their faces. So I'm wondering if this has anything to do with the black diamond that holds Eclipso. Yeah. I don't understand how that would make them control everybody, but it seemed like that was the group because they were on this like isolated area. Can't remember if it was an island or not, but so yeah. Again, the continuity wonk in me is loving all of this because it's all these characters going into place. Pardon the pun, like a chessboard.
Yeah.
That's when Max Lord's in play.
Nah, I think I've seen some negative reviews of this issue for losing momentum, but for me, I feel like it needed to slow down, and establish.
I think my biggest negative is I think it's a consequence of the weekly schedule that I think the art is a little bit weaker compared to the last two, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Faboc's not on this one, so the art's different.
And then we had Daniel last time.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it's not bad, but it feels like a step down. Yeah, it's fine, but we had two. It didn't
bother me. When the story's humming on all cylinders, I can take a ping to the art.
Oh, I can take it. I'm not gonna. It's not like a massive. I'm gonna stop reading it. Obviously,
it's not bad art.
But
certainly,
it's not. But it just felt like a step down. I noticed it wasn't as good as the previous two issues.
Yeah, I like Jesus Marino's art though too. So, but it is of that house style that we talk about. During the New 52.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. But again, I don't find bad with it.
But to be fair, when it's only one or two artists that are doing that style now, it doesn't feel like the house style anymore, kind of thing.
That said, I don't mind having a house style when you're doing an event like this, because it's like, hang on, you've got 6 different artists over 6 issues, and it's got to feel like a one cohesive story. Maybe a house style is for the best.
Is it 6 different artists, or is like Fabric back for the final? Maybe.
Maybe he is. I'm not sure. I haven't checked.
I feel like that would be
because
the way
it'll
it
be
would
a
happen,
month.
But, yeah.
Because it'll. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. But either way.
I'm kind of hoping though that it seems like they're going to be doing this with the Snyder Capullo event, but since it's there's been billed as Snyder and Capullo, is that I'm hoping all the events after this, because they're planning them out in enough advance time, that it might just be the same artist through all like 6 issues of an event, because you're having the lead time.
Getting them out so far in advance.
Yeah, because who else draws like Capullo? Really nobody.
No one does. No.
So it would really stand out. So hopefully that's what they're working on right now.
Yeah, I'd be excited about that if that was how they're going things.
That said, he's doing his monthly book with Mark Miller, isn't he?
For now, yeah.
So he can't be getting that far ahead of it if it's the summer event, say.
No, but let's say he's working on 2. He works on his, and it's only like 4 or 5 issues, for all we know.
Yeah.
So, I trust him. The dude. When he's not lifting, he's drawing.
He is a workhorse, isn't he? So
yeah, he is. So.
Alright, that's Justice League v Suicide Squad issue 3. We're still enjoying the event. I'm excited to see where it goes. The big reveal at the end, of course, that they're the first Task Force X. Makes the stakes a bit more personal for Amanda Waller. I mean, we knew they were gunning for her anyway, but this puts it a bit more perspective.
Well, again, it makes her the bad guy, and it's Shades of Grey. This is how you do Shades of Grey, where I feel like in New 52, everybody was Shades of Grey. So it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But here, when you have Amanda Waller, that's clearly her own agenda, she's not good nor bad. She just wants what she wants.
Yeah, and I like that moment
sticks
where
out
she
more.
says that she wants them to protect her, and they just start laughing.
Yeah, the Justice League and Suicide Squad in unison
Yeah.
all start laughing together. Yeah, that
Which
was really
again,
funny.
that was the plot of the movie, and they did not handle that at all. They treated that in the movie like it was supposed to be a twist. And
Yeah.
you know, they could have just done something like that early on.
What the funny thing is here, I mean, it's not a twist per se, but it is a reveal. But it's played properly because up until this point, we didn't know that's what was supposed to happen, and she comes out and says it, and then they all laugh, they make a funny moment out of it, and it works.
Yeah, that's because in the movie they were already on the mission, and then it turns out that's what it was.
Exactly.
Whereas here it's, no, here's the mission, let's start now.
Yeah.
Right.
And it works.
Exactly.
Other some highlights though are just when the Justice League are still in their cells, and the Suicide Squad come in and they start bantering with them whilst they're in the cells, and they're making fun of them.
Flash and
Boomerang. Yeah, that was fun stuff, and even Croc and Aquaman, and just other little things like that. Just the.
What? I just love that Flash was like, yeah, that hurt, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know, basically Speed Force headbutts him
Yeah,
through the wall.
Yeah, through the glass. Yeah, it's pretty good.